football terminology to me. Sorry. If I want to learn about football, I'm not going to Nick Wright. And I'm definitely not going to Steven Ruiz. Because he acts like you could just plug and play any quarterback in the system and you're going to go score 30. This offense is as dynamic as any offense they've had under Kyle Shanahan. It's light years better than the offense they had with Jimmy Garoppolo under center. Unfortunately, we didn't see much of Trey Lance. I thought it had the potential to be explosive. These are the things I envisioned with Trey Lance. But he wasn't able to stay healthy. And now he's gone. And Brock Purdy's taking his job, and they scored 30-plus in 7 straight regular season games. So he's just saying you can't play like this. What, you can't score 30 a game and win the Super Bowl? The last 2 Super Bowl opponents Philadelphia and Kansas City, last year they faced off, they both averaged 29.9. Why can't you average 30 and get to the Super Bowl? What is Steven Ruiz even talking about? I'm not going to get worked up over him because there's not once in my life, Shaska, where I say, I need to find out what Steven Ruiz thinks about this quarterback.
I've never heard of him until this morning.
No, we did the quarterback tiers when he had Brock Purdy 25th, remember? We were just like,
okay, I didn't hear about him until then.
Yeah, save here. If I want to get quarterback tiers, we'll go to Mike Sando and The Athletic because he actually talks to executives and GMs and coaches. Who does Steven Ruiz talk to? Nora Princiotti? No disrespect to Nora Princiotti. I mean, it's Steven Ruiz. Yeah, Let me go run to the ringer.com and go see what Steven Ruiz had to say about Josh Allen. He's watching the film. What is his qualifications? Talk Big T. Fairfield, what's happening?
Top of it, fellas. Top of it.
What's up?
I was just give me a second, man. I just want to say I'm tired of all these national media people like Nick Wright. So you kind of stole my thunder. Nick Wright and this Ruiz dude. You could tell these dudes clearly don't watch us. They haven't been watching us. And like you said, I think it's a shtick, and I think it's just a narrative that they trying to go by. But not to rag on dude, but Jimmy G, one of my complaints about him was that he left a lot of points on the field. Brock Purdy don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why our margin for error is a little more wider, and we running away with these games at the end instead of them being nail biters. So these dudes, like I saw Nick Wright give Brock Purdy 5% of the reason why. Like, it's ridiculous.
Wait. He gave. Wait. Big T. Nick Wright gave Brock Purdy 5% of the credit for why they're winning. 5%.
Yes, he broke something. I just listened to it this morning.
Oh my God!
And he broke down like a pie, and he gave the defense 30% and other stuff, and he gave Brock Purdy 5%. So at this point, man, I don't understand how these dudes still got credibility. I'm serious, man. So with that being said, I think this year just feels different, man. You know what I'm saying? I haven't got up and yelled at my TV not one time. Yeah. This dude got me so calm. I'm so confident in the squad. I'm just tired of all these naysayers, man. But, I think they just hating, and it's going against their conventional wisdom that this 7th rounder, Mr. Irrelevant, is doing this, and they just can't see it. But, it is what it is, man. And I just want to leave with this last nugget. Y'all peep how Jaquiski Tartt haven't played a game since that NFC Championship where he dropped the interception.
Yeah.
So I said that to say I'm tired of these fringe NFL players costing me Super Bowls. Just like Kyle Williams, just like LaMichael James fumbling in the Super Bowl when we can go tired or take the lead against Baltimore. I'm tired of these fringe guys, man. So this year is different, man. We stacked, and I'm loving it, man. I really think this is our year. The only thing that got me worried is I feel like these games are influenced now more than ever, and these narratives that they pushing about the Cowboys or whoever else, whatever other team, they really don't push that for us. I don't understand why the hate for the Niners, where that came from. We're a blue blood franchise.
Right.
But I don't understand. Everybody goes against us, which is fine, but these dudes just lose all credibility with me when they start talking.
No, I'm
they out
do.
On that one, guys.
Hey, Talk Big T. Hell of a phone call. Good to hear from you, Talk Big T. Great call. It is something about West Coast bias, right? Or just West Coast hate? I guess you should say we got the West Coast bias because we have to defend our turf. Everything's about the East Coast. Everything's about the Midwest. Everything is about the Dallas Cowboys. Everything's about the Philadelphia Eagles. That's fine. I don't care. I do not care. We know what happened in January. We know where we'll be.
I think the number one thing that differentiates Jimmy from Brock for the casual fan, forget all the other nuanced things of pre-snap reads and understanding the offense and fluidly moving through second, third, fourth, fifth progressions, if you ever get to 5. It's the least amount of turnover-worthy plays I can remember from a 49er quarterback in like 25 years.
It's
I don't know if he's better than Garcia. I don't know if he's better right now than what Cap was at his moment in time, or whatever you think the best version of Alex or Jimmy was. But I do know this, is that when I watch him week in, week out, consistently, there is a lack of turnover-worthy plays, whether that's sacks in the pocket, whether that's oh-no throws, whether that's balls that lead a guy into getting absolutely sandwiched, which can lead to a fumble. Brock Purdy matriculates the ball down the field with this team, and he doesn't put them in harm's way. He doesn't hold on to the ball in the pocket, take a big sack. He doesn't do any of those things. You're asking kind of at the top of this beat.
Right.
49ers, Cowboys. Why do you hate the Cowboys?
Right.
I've talked a lot about the 93 Giants, right? Like, that was when I was like really formulating my love for sports and remembering following from the beginning to the end all of these sports seasons, whether it's the Warriors, the Niners, the Giants, etc. And that 92 Niner team, when they lost the way that they did to the Dallas Cowboys, I remember vividly being in the living room with my mom because my dad was at the game. I was not at that game. And the turnovers were the difference. We could talk a lot about Ken Norton Jr. We could talk a lot about Alvin Harper catching balls over Eric Davis and all these things. When you give up 4 turnovers in a game to a team on paper that's very close to you, okay, and you look at all the statistics in that game and you watch that game, the Niners were playing catch-up in the whole second half. And especially at the beginning, giving them 3 points right off the rip on the kick return or punt return fumble. You can't turn the ball over.
No.
And when I look at like Troy Aikman for all those years, and I it's kind of a bit at this point for me on Troy Aikman, like, oh, Troy didn't do this, Troy didn't do that. Troy never put the ball in harm's way.
No, took care of the football.
And I look at the way that he led that team. He was the perfect quarterback for that team at that time, and he ran that offense brilliantly. And the difference between him having multiple Super Bowls as a starter and Steve Young not is the turnover-worthy plays.
No doubt. No doubt. And that's the difference here. Both teams so far this season have only turned the ball over once. The Dallas Cowboys, however, their turnover differential, they're +9 in the turnover department. Why? They have 7 interceptions and 3 fumble recoveries. They've forced 10 turnovers. The Niners so far this season have forced 5 turnovers. But to me, it's not only just the turnovers, Shasky. It's the penalties. And the penalties are going to be huge in this football game. Who's going to be the less penalized team? You look at the Dallas Cowboys, they average 7.3 penalties a game. That is 27th in the league. And, you can get a penalty on the second and 3. You get a first down. Oh, holding, bring it back 10 yards. You want to stay out of 3rd and long in a game like this. On both sides of the football. Because you're in 3rd and long, and all of a sudden Dan Quinn's blitzing left and right. Steve Wilkes is blitzing Fred Warner, Drake Greenlaw. You want to stay out of 3rd and long in this football game. The Niners, they're 22nd in the league when it comes to penalties. They're average nearly 7 a game. So who can get out of this game not getting penalized? Who can play the cleaner football game? So it goes with turnovers, but it also goes with penalties as well.
I agree.
In that 92 game, I feel like they got penalized a lot. I don't even know the numbers, but I feel like the yellow flags went their way or went the Dallas Cowboys' way a lot in that football game. I could be wrong.
So
there.
The penalties ended up actually being almost equal. 4 for 38 yards for the Niners, 4 for 25 for Dallas. But I believe Dallas got one late that was like inconsequential.
And the Niners had a touchdown.
Yes.
Call back due
early
to a
in
penalty.
the game.
Early in the game.
Ricky Waters fumble in that game in 92.
Nasty.
The field's all muddy and chopped up.